Hi everyone, I'm Olga Venskaya, and we continue to share the highlights of the DigiU project in a convenient video format. How the global environment is affecting the company's operations, news about the EYWA project, and the founder's trip to Dubai. About all of this right now. At the beginning of the month, Alexey Ognev held a webinar in which he answered the main question of March: how the global environment affects the operations at DigiU. Certainly, for the last month, we have been in the information field of the political conflict and the consequences that are being imposed on Russia. As a result, partners are asking questions. In simple terms, the DigiU ecosystem is feeling good. Everything is working as normal. Back in the first year of our work, we built a resilient cluster and a robust IT infrastructure that enables the partner's personal account, the blockchain lab, and the artificial intelligence lab to run smoothly. It is also worth noting that political sanctions are allowing more and more people to discover blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and DeFi, which can provide a safe haven for your funds. In that sense, the activities our ecosystem is doing are increasingly gaining importance and finding demand. The technological solutions that we are implementing as part of the AI and blockchain lab are in line with all the trends in modern society. For example, DigiU.Wealth, amid the rise of the dollar in Russia and global instability, has received an additional influx of investment. This is because blockchain is one of the few places where funds are in your hands and not subject to the actions of banks, which can block your accounts before clarifying certain circumstances. Can we say that the current situation will have an impact on the activities we carry out? In terms of product development and security, not at all. It only attracts more interest in the products we develop. It is worth noting that partners from different countries are very supportive of the ecosystem. And for our part, we hope for a resolution of all conflicts and for the world to come to a stable state. Another important theme in March was the visit of the founders to Dubai, the business capital of the world. This trip had several objectives: holding important meetings and talks, a strategy session of the project founders, and finally, participation in international summits and exhibitions. Let's go over everything one by one. The founders had talks with important players in the artificial intelligence and blockchain market and major venture capital funds. In 99% of the meetings, we received great reviews, lots of advice and recommendations, and feedback from people who have been in the market for decades and have literally shaped it. We cannot give any details at the moment, as the format of these meetings doesn't allow for this. However, we will certainly publish information when arrangements are reached. One of the most important parts of the trip was a strategic session of the founders, where the company's work was summarized and plans for the future were mapped out. Each founder had a vision of his direction and an understanding of the movement of the entire ecosystem over the next 3-5 years, an optimal planning horizon, given that the world is constantly changing. This month, we will talk about each direction in more detail. Another purpose of this trip was the participation of EYWA project in summits and exhibitions. In March, 2 blockchain summits were held in Dubai, WOW and AIBC Asia. The EYWA stand was presented at the summits, which attracted new investors and partnerships to the project. You can find more details on EYWA's social media accounts. Next, we move on to the product news. On the 1st of March, the final, 7th stage of the EYWA alpha testing was completed. More than 46,000 participants have now completed the necessary conditions. They will receive unique NFTs of the project, to which EYWA tokens will be rewarded. On March 1, the second phase of alpha testing of the platform started. It includes testing Solana, which is a network that is not compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. Friends, by testing, you not only get points that can be exchanged into EYWA tokens, you are directly contributing to the DigiU ecosystem, bringing the potential unicorn launch closer and thus affecting the company's capitalization and the growth of your dividends. Speaking of dividends, in March, Alexey Ognev announced a payment date, which will be in June 2022, so you still have time to get to know the project and buy shares in the company on good terms. And that's all. For more details on this and other events, you can read in our social networks and in the news section of your personal DigiU account. Well, if you liked the video, click the like button, leave comments, share with partners and subscribe to our channel. See you soon!